Hello friends. Okay, so we're gonna try out the new technology, which is what we're using right now. I think I need to adjust the camera, so if you don't mind, that's perfect. Okay, good. It's a different time of the day. I have to use lamps and illumination, so it's a little different. Anyway, big news is Samourai Wallet is under being arrested and ceased of activity for money laundering because they were coin mixing. And so we're going to do a read on Samourai Wallet and see what the cards have to say about it, because it's sort of breaking news. So let's see. Hope you're all okay. This is my it's rush hour outside, so it's noisy outside. Hope that doesn't disrupt the reading. But I've used wallets, lots of different wallets, but I've never used Samourai Wallet, so I don't have any personal experience with it or any connection at all. So let's see what we have to say here. Be your own guide. Be your own guide. Be your own guide. Well, okay, so I guess you have to navigate your own path, find your own way. Okay, well, Samourai Wallet, that's one way. There's many others. But we'll have to keep that in mind as we do the rest of the reading. I did just look for some more different cards, so I may use some different decks in the future. I'll have to see what I think of them when I get them. And the other thing is, this has a guidebook, but I haven't been able to access it because I've been recording on my phone. And so now I'll be able to give a little more oracle, shamanic healing oracle message, because I'll have the guidebook and I can read what's actually being said for the card. So that'll be fun too. Okay, burden. To burden. To burden. So that's to burden. That's what they're doing to them. They're accusing them of money laundering, even though they're probably not money laundering. And yet all these banks and all these other places are money laundering, and yet they just get a slap on the wrist, and it's not at all fair. So, you know, it's different justice for them. It's just us for them, and for us it's punishment always. Even if we're in the right, it doesn't matter. So that's how that works. But let's see. Samourai Wallet. Let's see what moon card comes up for Samourai Wallet. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Interesting. Well, I guess they did make somewhat of a first move, because they decided they were going to commingle coins, and powers that be are giving them crap for it, I guess. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. Cardinal moon. That's why we're doing the read. We're going to find out what all this, we're going to try to make sense of all of this stuff. Yeah, as soon as I heard that, I said, oh, next reading. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. Wow, I wonder what that means about people and their money. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. I am taking charge of my destiny. Be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. The teaching. In astrology there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Remember, we each have all 12 signs in our chart for different parts of our lives. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. These are the signs that like to get things started and which are the natural leaders. No matter when you draw this card, it's a sign that something new is starting and you quite possibly need to take the lead on it. Okay. Well, okay. I'm just looking because it says Capricorn, cardinal sign Capricorn, and Bitcoin is, I consider Bitcoin a Capricorn. So I'm just looking at the teaching here and maybe making a correlation there. Taking charge of my destiny, that's a lot of, that feels like a lot of Aries. Yeah, Capricorn, yeah, taking the bull by the horns, so to speak. Not the bull, though. Okay, well, serious about it, sorting things out. Yeah, maybe this is going to be a pivotal case. Maybe it's going to say something real strong about commingling. Commingling, it seems to be the issue at hand. Money laundering, but commingling. Now I know I used to be an investment person, and when you take money, it's very important that you don't put that money in with your own private funds, and that you keep that money separate in a separate business account, you know, and have exquisite accounting and things of that nature. So that's commingling in an insurance sense, in that you take money and you can't put those monies in the same place. You can't commingle those funds. And they're saying commingling of the Bitcoin. They're using the same terminology as commingling the Bitcoin. So that, I don't know if they're trying to use those same laws. I don't know. I don't know what they're, that's why we're doing the read. Anyway, okay, so how is this wallet showing up? Yeah, you know, when they were talking about movement and motivation and stepping up and taking charge, I was thinking about this card. That's exactly the thought I had, is motivation, direction, force of will, and that's what the Moonology card was talking about. And it almost seems like the people that are involved with this really have to come together and stand together against this tyranny. Anyway, what's crossing them? Also major arcana, so this is a big thing for everybody to look at. There's your chariot. Big thing for everyone to watch. There's a lot of things like public displays of the stories that we all need to pay attention to. Okay, and what's crossing? Oh, dysfunction, indecision, being too divided, mixing everything up. That's what's crossing them. Yeah, like literally mixing everything up and not knowing what's what or who's where or any of that. Like it's all just a big jumble, and it's dysfunctional, and nobody knows anything, and it's too easy to lose stuff. So not good idea. Okay, so it may be that that's the point that they want to make. Okay, and the history. Yeah, okay. Taking a stand. We're going to do this because we want to do this. Okay, well, you can do that. That's okay. But you may be held responsible for what you do later on. So, yeah, a lot of wands there, but he's built himself a fortress, he's fortified himself, and he's thinking he's in a good place. So maybe they own enough Bitcoin that they can still say, yeah, well, go to hell. I don't know. It seems like there's a fight brewing. Okay, so Best case scenario, King of Swords. Yeah, the truth is going to come out, and they're going to say, well, it's on the ledger, and everything is accounted for. We just commingle the Bitcoin. I don't know if they can argue in that case, but the truth will come out. The truth will say, oh, yes, they were using the ledger in a dysfunctional way, and they were money laundering, and we'll all be surprised. Or they'll come out and say, no, we can prove it because of the ledger, and we haven't been doing these things, and there's nothing you can say about it because here's the proof. So, one way or the other. And where are we going to? Oh, the star. Yeah, they're going to be the stars. They're going to show everybody that yeah, Bitcoin is the answer for a lot of reasons, and it may fortify their position in terms of them being truthful and saying, no, it's not the same thing, and it's not money laundering, and the fiat system is very different from the Bitcoin system, and maybe that'll clarify with the star card. It's you know, it's having a foot in both worlds. It's the energy of newness and creation. And my dirty finger because I was doing gardening today. But there's your star card. So, you know, a foot in the water and a foot on land. But this is the star. This is what's going to show us. And, you know, maybe it'll come that the truth will come out and it'll say no because of the ledger. It's all transparent, even though you think it wasn't, it is. And the tools that they have? Yeah, they're carrying a heavy burden. They're having to justify their actions. And their actions might have looked like that. So to justify their actions, but they're saying, no, you know, these things are in place. Or they have been, you know, doing money laundering and dastardly deeds, and they're going to have to, you know, own up for what they have to be responsible for what they did. Okay, I'm not feeling like they're criminals, though, but I feel like there's a fight ensuing. Alright, anyway, how do they see themselves in terms of what's developed? Okay, 8 of Cups, they're walking away. They're saying, we have enough of this. We've had enough of this. We're not doing this anymore. So it may be that they're just done, and they're going to fight back, and they're going to say, well, it might be commingled, but it's still Bitcoin, and you can go to hell. Maybe that's what they'll do. I don't really understand, but that's kind of what this card is saying. But they're pretty fed up. They're pretty fed up with all the reasons they got into Bitcoin, and now they're understanding that, you know, they walked away for a reason. Because this crap has to stop. Alright, anyway, the environment they see themselves in? Oh, well, that's good. A place of victory, a place of sovereignty, a place of you know, good things, new vistas, success, coming together, and, you know, having the life you want. It's new vistas. Like I said, it's a good place. So if that's the environment, they may be able to walk out of this and say, you know, no, you're wrong, and prove, and then they'll be okay. But that may be an indication. Justice is finally here, and we don't have a dual system like I was talking about at the beginning. Maybe there will be truth. Okay, and the hopes and fears? Justice. Yeah, they want justice. They want to say, no, we didn't do those things. You're accusing us wrongfully, and we can prove it because of the ledger. And, you know, we're going to say, oh, no more of these money crimes. If we go to Bitcoin, there isn't more of these money crimes, because you can't do that with the ledger. You can't get away with it because the ledger, you know, shows everything. So I guess it's going to give a lot of information about the Bitcoin ledger, and that's an important concept for everybody to get. So it's another lesson for the public to see. Alright, and the final outcome. Oh, upside down, Three of Pentacles, so not coming together with merchants, and not coming together with like employers, and no deals being made. Maybe that's it. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I would say no deals being made. Well, they're saying taking the easy route, but it's usually like-minded people that come together for a common goal, but I don't believe that that's true in the upside down. I think they're not coming together for a common goal, and they're maybe, you know, gonna take the easy way out and pay the fee and be like the banks. I don't know. I don't. How about some clarity for the final outcome? Oh yeah, play fighting, and there's somebody in the background watching the whole thing. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting battle, and they're going to make a big deal out of it. But truthfully, I think they know the answer already, and it's just an education so that we can see what merchants can and cannot do using Bitcoin. So it'll be an education to show everybody more information about how Bitcoin works, so it's not so scary. Well, that's interesting. So the wallet is being chosen because they did something different, and they're going to talk about, you know, doing something different. Here's the other two cards that came up, and this is the final one. There's the final one upside down. Three of Pentacles upside down. And then these are the qualifying cards. Can you see them? There you go. So the Hermit is another major arcana. But we've seen that wand card before. And it's just, it's getting the word out, you know, telling us what we need to know without, you know, without getting nasty about it. I mean, they're doing it in an educational way. It's kind of like you know, you put on a skit, and you know, you show everybody by acting it out how things work, and so that's kind of what they're doing. They're using the example, and they're acting it out in a public way so that everybody can learn from the lesson. They all learn the same thing from the lesson. Okay, so the lesson is commingling, and if that's okay or not. And mostly the lesson is about the ledger. So information and documents, and the tree I think is security, home, and the stars. So let's see. Tree is health, family, ancestry, growth. So, okay. And 16. Hopes, dreams, guidance, visions, and the internet. Hopes, dreams, guidance, and visions. So I think that the documents are going to show the hopes and the dreams and the visions of a good system, and that'll bring us into a place of security, and give us the kind of, you know, once again, the world we want. But I think that this is about the ledger. This is about learning about the ledger and what you can and cannot do with the ledger. They've been doing these runes, they've been doing ordinals, now they're doing this commingling, and you can't commingle, you know, pieces of Bitcoin. Well, I don't know if that gets us in trouble or not. It seems like they already know the answer. I have a feeling the truth is going to come out, and it's going to be, you know, vindication for them. But we'll see. We'll see. I guess if I had to predict now, that's what I would say. But right now, the most important thing is we got another lesson in the public, and we're going to have to see how it spills out. And it's mostly about the ledger. It's teaching people about the ledger. But what the final outcome will be, I don't know. Are they going to scapegoat them, or are they going to let them... Or are they going to stand up for themselves, like I said, and say, hey, we have Bitcoin, and we're not taking this kind of tyranny, so... GFY. The B. Very busy, busy, busy. Very busy. The B. Very busy. So, that's interesting. This case is developing quickly. And again, we're in the air. Seems like we're always in the air. The B. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. The B personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they are artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then sting. Content, active, and vibrant. Yeah, I don't really think these people were... I think they were just trying to exert their own independence and self-sovereignty and say, well, yeah, well, you know, who cares about KYC? We're going to show you we're going to do it this way. And so they chose to do that, and these are the consequences. And so we'll look at the system in place, which is Bitcoin. That's a new money system, and we'll look at it. And we'll find out what can and cannot be done. And we'll, you know, understand it in a new way. So, you know, that's how it is. And that's how we're going to learn. And that's how society's going to move forward. But, you know, being your own guide, that's a good thing. And to burden, we don't want to burden anybody. But they're making them go through the paces to show everybody the education that they need about how Bitcoin works and how the ledger works. And documents the ledger. That's going to be the key to everything in this situation. Okay, well, that was a fun read, and thanks for testing out my new technology. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit different, and we'll see you next time. And like, share, and subscribe, and comment if you like. Okay, bye.